I love a good shrimp sandwich and I love anything that's sweet and spicy. So I'm going to share with you my sweet and spicy shrimp sandwich. Let's get started. So we'll do the dressing first. That is very simple. We're going to be doing mayo, a little sugar. I have rice vinegar, but you could use apple cider or white vinegar. Then you're going to add some celery, salt, a little regular salt, and black pepper. Give that a whisk, and then I add a little bit of sriracha, not for overpowering heat, just for a little bit of heat. And if you don't want to, you can leave it out. Now at this point, you're going to make sure that you taste, okay? After you whisk this in, make sure you taste to see if you're happy with the flavor and adjust accordingly, all right? Then for the veggies, it's just simple, some shredded cabbage. I have white cabbage, purple cabbage, carrot, and then I have some green onions. All you need to do is add the dressing to this and toss everything together. Of course, the veggies were rinsed and drained thoroughly. So once you toss all of this together, you just need to refrigerate this. It is definitely better to make your slaw at least an hour before you're ready to eat it. Okay? Once it sits in the fridge and marinates, it gets so much better in flavor. So go ahead and do that and set it aside in the fridge to chill. Next up is the coating, and there are so many ways to do coatings when you're frying things, right? So it's really up to you. This time I did a little all-purpose, some cornstarch, a little paprika, onion powder, garlic powder, salt and pepper, because it's important to season your flour, right? And then for the shrimp, you want to go with large or jumbo or colossal, and please remove the tail. I forgot to remove all the shrimp tails because I was planning to have some on their own and put some in the sandwich, right? But I forgot to remove some of those. But anyhow, remove all the tails, and then you're going to season. I just did some paprika, onion powder, garlic powder, salt and pepper. All right. You could season with soy sauce instead of salt. Once you've rubbed those seasonings in, then pour on some buttermilk or regular milk if you have it. And then you're going to add a beaten egg. This is going to allow the coating to stick to the shrimp. And my apologies, guys, I forgot to press record when I added the beaten egg, but I did add it in here. Okay. So you've coated the shrimp with the seasoning, the buttermilk, ideally, and the egg. And then you're just going to be coating, right? So put that dry mixture into a container, and then you're going to put 4 or more shrimp in it. Then put the lid on and shake. Flip it, shake it, get that coating to stick to the shrimp. You could do them individually, but the thing about it is that, this speeds things up because you get to do many shrimp at once, right? So go ahead and shake it, flip it, get them coated, and then remove the shrimp from the container. If you want to, you could use a Ziploc bag, or there are some stuff on Amazon that are specifically made for breading items. They have holes, so all the flour will just fall through. So it's up to you. You can do this, use what you have at home. And then I just put them on a wire rack just so that flour falls off, and let it sit for 10 minutes. While it's sitting, it's gonna just absorb that coating. All right, all the moisture is gonna be absorbed. So for the sauce, in a pan here or in a pot here, I have some oil, ginger, and garlic. And I'm just cooking it over low to medium heat to get it nice and fragrant. Of course, that's my favorite when I'm making sauces. And then I'm adding some gochujang. And this is just a red chili paste that's often used in Korean cuisine. I'm not using an extra spicy one, so it's not too bad. Then I'm adding some honey here, soy sauce, and I do add a little brown sugar. All right. I'm not making diet food, guys. You know this. All right. If I'm making something that's diet food, I'll let you know. Right. So you have, I've added some apple juice here as well, but you could use a little water, just a splash of water, and allow this to simmer until it gets syrupy. All right. So it doesn't have to be super thick because you want it to be thin enough to toss those shrimp, right? So Let it simmer until it gets a little syrupy like this. Okay? And of course, we need to fry the shrimp. For the shrimp, you can fry them for about 3 minutes over medium to high heat. And once they are golden brown and crispy, you can take them out. All right? Just move them around so they don't get stuck to each other and then remove them. Usually around 3 to 4 minutes, and these should be good, especially if you're doing the right thing, which is to use raw shrimp. Okay? Look at how pretty these are. They are gorgeous. Don't put them on paper towels. Put them on a wire rack. All right. So what you need to do now is toss these. And because we are making a sandwich, the coleslaw was made and I did make some festival for the bread. Okay. You could use rolls if you want to, but I'm using festival. Okay. But I'll show you that later. You just want to go ahead and pour the sauce all over the shrimp and toss those together and then assemble the sandwich. Remember, guys, I forgot to take off the tail. I'm going to just blame it on toddler mom brain. I forgot to take off the tails. Please remember to do that unless you love that extra crunch. All right. So for the bread, you can go ahead and use your Hawaiian rolls or whatever you love, but this is what I did. This is a festival dough. It's Jamaican festival, and the dough is flour, cornmeal, sugar, salt, water, baking powder, a little butter. Okay, it's kind of like a fried dumpling if you've ever had a Jamaican fried dumpling, but it has cornmeal in it. So I'm gonna use this as the bread. So what I do is I make the dough, I let it rest. Once it gets nice and soft, then I just make some dough balls, just like this. And then I make some rounds. And those rounds, I'm going to fry them and then slice them crosswise and use it as the bread. Now, listen, maybe I was being a little extra doing this, but you don't have to do this. You could use whatever bread or rolls you like. All right. It's very easy though, right? Because all you need to do is just pinch the dough and tuck it into itself. Make a ball and then flatten the ball a little bit like this. You want to flatten it so that you can get a sandwich big enough, and you want it to fry properly too, right? You don't want it to be raw on the inside. So once I flatten these, I just fry them up on both sides until they puff up and they are golden brown. And festival dough, if you're not familiar with it, it can be made from scratch, or you could purchase the dry mix and just add water. All right, so that's what I did earlier. And then I just cut it in half, just like that. And then I just assembled the sandwich. I just put my shrimp on top, inside there, and then I put the coleslaw. And that is it. Very, very simple. The shrimp is juicy, crispy, sweet, and spicy. And then you have that crunchy, tangy coleslaw. Perfect combination. Let me tell you, it's so good. Try this one this week. You're going to love it. See you next time.